I know that you were the first, one of the first ones at Clive's party to speak about Whitney's passing the other day.
Yes.
And that was, did you know her well?
Yes, I did.
10 months after her death stunned fans around the world, a tabloid report raises the outlandish prospect that Whitney Houston may have been murdered.
That's industry trick number one. Guess who was the first person to do that? Clive Davis. Clive Davis does that a lot. And I tell you what, if y'all actually care about what happened to Whitney Houston and Bobby Christina and Nick Gordon, all dead within years of each other, y'all better support Leola.
So rumor has it that Diddy is pulling out all the stops to avoid jail time, or at least reduce his sentence. And allegedly, he's now getting ready to snitch on his puppet masters, including his longtime mentor, Clive Davis. Word on the street is that Diddy might have been involved in something truly grimy, helping Clive take out the legendary Whitney Houston after she threatened to expose Clive's real face. And these rumors about Clive and Whitney have been swirling forever. I mean, Clive claimed Whitney was practically family, and yet he was drinking and partying while her body was in the same building. Suspicious doesn't even begin to cover it. Now, allegedly, Diddy was in the loop about Clive's rumored plan to silence Whitney, and now there are reports surfacing that Diddy is threatening to snitch on Clive unless he helps him avoid prison. But that's not even the half of it. Jaguar Wright recently spilled some serious tea on how Clive allegedly used Diddy and Ray J to help him get rid of Whitney and make it look like she OD'd. So what were Clive and Diddy up to the night Whitney died? And could Diddy really end up snitching on Clive? Let's dig in and find out.
Exactly what happened inside the iconic Beverly Hilton remains a mystery. Paramedics raced to the 4th floor and found a lifeless Whitney Houston inside her hotel room bathtub. They tried in vain to resuscitate her with CPR.
So people online are talking about Diddy possibly being the gatekeeper for some powerful industry figures who are allegedly mixed up in all kinds of messed up stuff, from ritual SA to actual sacrifices. Now, I know there's no shortage of wild conspiracy theories floating around about Hollywood, but you can't help but wonder if there might be some truth to some of these theories, given all the scandals that have recently come to light. One theory that seems to hit close to home is the idea that record labels push artists into destructive lifestyles because, in today's twisted world, artists are more valuable to them dead than alive. And then there are also whispers swirling around online about Diddy and Ray J supposedly being gatekeepers for Clive Davis and helping him cover up Whitney Houston's alleged sacrifice. Let's break it down. So Ray J and Diddy have been tight for ages, and there's no shortage of footage showing them kicking it together.
Yeah, it's definitely official. I'm back outside. Yeah, but I'm not outside, but I'm inside. I'm back inside. I'm not gonna go back outside. But I went outside and I loved it. I loved it. It was beautiful. Now I'm back inside. Shout out to the gang that's outside. All right, don't forget where you come from. Yeah, love. Guy in the building. Hey, yo. This guy right here, one of the hip-hop entrepreneur, young legends. He's in my gang. He gets money. Yes, he does.
Yes, I'm inspired though. God is good.
And as for Diddy's history with Clive Davis, they also go way back. Clive actually helped Diddy kick off Bad Boy Entertainment after Diddy got the boot from Uptown Records. And here's where it gets juicy. There's this long-standing rumor that Diddy had to do some seriously compromising things for Clive, like allegedly getting down on his knees.
Now, rumor has it, allegedly, Diddy got on his knees for Clive Davis in 1994.
And according to Jaguar Wright, Diddy's special friendship with Clive is the key to why Diddy has seemed untouchable all this time.
What do you think he did to get that veil of armor, that protection? Because if everybody knew and nobody was doing nothing, he was walking around with immunity for all these years.
He got himself a tough Jew. And you pump this little freak Diddy up. And you let him go in them streets, didn't you?
Now, when it comes to Clive, there's this long-standing theory that one of his dark deeds involves the tragic death of Whitney Houston. On February 11th, 2012, Whitney Houston was set to perform at Clive's Grammy Awards bash at the Beverly Hilton Hotel, but she tragically passed away just hours before. The official story is that Whitney's assistant found her in the bathtub, but according to Jaguar Wright, it was actually Brandy, Ray J's sister, who discovered her. And get this, Ray J reportedly left Whitney's room just before that. Leola Brown, Whitney's ex, Bobby Brown's sister, also chimed in, suggesting that Ray J was acting shady and dodging cameras as he was leaving the Beverly Hilton right after Whitney was found. Leola even called Ray J a runner boy and implied that he might have given Whitney some bad stuff. So while all this drama was unfolding, Clive Davis was living it up in the same hotel like it was just another Hollywood party. But get this, Clive tried to spin it like the party was some sort of tribute to Whitney and insisted that she would have wanted it that way.
But the Grammys were the next night. You don't cancel. You turn an evening into a tribute.
But folks who were close to Whitney, like Chaka Khan, didn't buy Clive's story one bit and said that the party didn't seem like a tribute in any shape or form.
And a true tribute, you know, might have been a truer, a more honest tribute from, in my opinion, would have been maybe call everybody together, let's say a prayer, and let's eat dinner and go home.
And then there's this video floating around of Whitney crashing an interview with Clive, Brandy, and Monica just 2 days before she passed away. And here's where it gets creepy. She slips a mysterious note to Brandy while saying, not once but twice, "I nearly drowned today." Adding to the pile, there are multiple sources saying Whitney might have been physically attacked before her passing. Private investigator Paul Hubel challenged the official narrative and claimed he found evidence of defense wounds on Whitney's body. What's really chilling is that just 3 years after Whitney's tragic passing, her daughter Bobby Christina met a similar fate. Nick Gordon, Bobby's ex-fiance, discovered her in a bathtub, and the medical examiner concluded that her passing was caused by a mix of drowning and substance intoxication. But Bobby's exact manner of death could not be confirmed, and the autopsy report stated death was clearly not due to natural causes, but the medical examiner was not able to determine whether death was due to intentional or accidental causes. Now here's the kicker. A finalized autopsy report dropped later, stating that Bobby Christina's cause of death was lobar pneumonia, the same condition that Diddy's ex, Kim Porter, allegedly died from. And get this, Jaguar Wright alleged that Bobby Christina apparently knew all about how Clive was treating her mom, and she supposedly even witnessed a heated argument between Whitney and Clive shortly before Whitney's passing.
That happened.
And her and Clive had a fight 2 days before. And from what I was told, Bobby Christina was present for some of that fight. And then the next thing you know, she's dead.
Jaguar also mentioned something pretty eye-opening. Before Whitney was gearing up for her big comeback, she went to rehab, but Clive supposedly sent Ray J to give her substances while she was there.
Ray J was the last person to see her alive. He let the drug dealer in, but she was sober, right? But he let the drug dealer in that gave her the shot.
But that's not all, y'all. Diddy threw another party at the Playboy Mansion the night Whitney died, and it got so out of control that he had to be hospitalized. According to an article published by Entertainment Weekly on February 13th, 2012, Diddy was hospitalized last night for a severe migraine that developed after he returned home from the post-Grammy party he hosted at the Playboy Mansion. Now, when Diddy showed up on The Ellen Show just a few days after Whitney's passing, he seemed seriously on edge. Ellen then asked him about the speech he gave at Clive's party after learning about Whitney's passing. And let's just say Diddy's reaction was pretty telling.
I know that you were the first, one of the first ones at Clive's party to speak about Whitney's passing the other day.
Yes.
And that was, did you know her well?
Yes, I did. I actually, when I was growing up in the music industry before I had success, I somehow got on her wedding invitation. So I was at her wedding, but I didn't really know her, but it was like the hottest thing in town for the music industry.
And here's the thing, Diddy wasn't exactly tight with Whitney, so why would Clive choose him, of all people, to speak about her passing? Not only that, but Diddy even publicly blamed Whitney, suggesting she threw Bobby under the bus.
Yeah, man. Whitney Houston comeback.
Man, I rocked with Whitney. I don't like the way she threw Bobby under the bus, though, man. I mean, if we gonna be smoking crack together, then at the same time, then that's what we did, and we did it, and we shouldn't have did it.
Now, going back to Jaguar Wright, she's claiming that Clive is supposedly protecting Diddy from scrutiny because Clive did the exact same thing to Diddy that Diddy is now being accused of doing to others.
There is a difference between homosexual relationship, consensual, and forced sodomy for control. Black men are the most disrespected men in this country. But if you're willing to get down on your knees and open up your mouth wide, you become a part of an elite crew. Now everybody's afraid of you. Now everybody owes you. Now you have it all and they all wish.
Now folks are buzzing with speculation that Clive and Diddy were basically playing cover-up for each other this whole time. Diddy allegedly hiding Clive's supposed role in Whitney's passing, and Clive now returning the favor by burying Diddy's laundry list of offenses. But wait, there's more. According to the grapevine, now that Diddy's back is against the wall, he's allegedly planning to spill the beans on Clive to save his own behind. As for fans, you already know they want Diddy to snitch on the higher-ups, but they're also saying Clive Davis is too powerful to fall. One fan said, "Let's hope he keeps snitching. It won't lessen his involvement, and hopefully it will expose this sick elite." But another person added, "I guarantee white man Clive Davis will not take the fall, but Diddy the black man will." But let me hear your thoughts on all these theories floating around about Diddy and Clive Davis. Do you think Diddy's got the inside scoop on what really happened to Whitney? And could all this lead to Clive being exposed for his alleged role in Whitney's passing? Drop your comments below and stick around for this next story.